Hi everyone, Tom here, working on Carpoon again today. I suppose a lot of you are probably very excited about Nintendo Switch 2. I don't blame you, but I guess I'll just chip away and work. I think my audience is at work or working right now. So, uh, got the new light set up today. I don't have to rely on, I don't know what I was relying on, just the light on the roof bouncing off the wall to me. uh, I had a laundry list of things to do this morning, aka the laundry. So, what I was doing here today is I was squishing down this level in the Autoworks. And this is what I've done right now. It seems to be a good size. It's I would say it's not moving around up and down too quickly. I think I include a center point that it kind of snaps. The camera like will quickly change once a car, like if there's two cars and one moves above, it will quickly start changing. I might have to adjust it so that center point just stays between the two cars. Or like maybe it moves down a little bit because I want it visible on screen. And let's bring up the old level here. Just so for context, you know what I'm talking about. Let's I did a recording test. My mic should be recording. Oh wow, did I overwrite my level? Maybe. Oh no, it's way at the bottom. Yeah, this is that was a test one. Something about running OBS on this laptop that just brings it to its knees. I want to make sure it hasn't like gone to power saving mode again. But yeah, so it used to be a lot more rectangular, and now it's more, or it used to be square, and now it's more rectangular. And if I put this in, this rectangle is the size of Park and Panic, the original level. And Volcarnage Island is actually a bit shorter than that, so I think this was a great size. So I just wanted to double check what it was moving into it. And this little square here, I'm just trying to make sure each quarter is about the same size. Like one thing I have to consider while doing this is these. I don't have the original files right now that I drew, and the angle, like it's a lot of work to redraw them again. So I might lose some of the tapered look to the corners. Like I can have it on the bottom, but on the top it's a lot easier if I make it have the same angle. But that's something to consider as I'm putting this together. Probably the best thing to do is just fire it up and we'll take a look. Flip myself again back to, I think it's a mirrored version. Hello, Tyler. Welcome. How are you doing? Are you making a game by yourself or interested in making games? This is my game, Carpoon, that I've been working on for quite some time. Oh, you like seeing other people make their own games? Well, that's neat. Any recommendations of ones that are your favorite? And how am I sounding? I'm sounding like I'm starting to get a bit of echo from my own computer. This is the first compile of the day. It's in GameMaker. It takes a bit longer. Okay, grab a controller. One of your favorite games is White Knuckles. I've not heard of that. How long ago did it come out? Is it fairly new? Okay, well, let's take a quick look. Let me see if I have Steam open. Assuming it's on Steam. Could be elsewhere. Oh yeah. I think I saw this. It was in, I think, one of the recent Next Fests. Yeah, there's been a lot of cool. It's something. I don't know if Danimal started it, but a lot of cool up and down games, like going up or going down. I saw a funny one the other day about being a cat, making your way down like a steel building. Hello, Oscar. Let's see, let's see where my sound is going. Wow, that's better. So you say on summer, June 5th, wait is over, getting the next generation of video game consoles Switch 2, and you're going to New York to play it before June 5th. Well, yeah, that's great. I didn't get in to Nintendo Tokyo. I hope you like it. I think there's press previews out today. I'm pretty excited for both Donkey Kong and Mario Kart. So, okay, Tyler, I'll show you my game, Carpoon, which has a free demo on Steam too. It's a twin stick car harpooning, kind of like couch co-op game. It's about recycling your friends into or other cars. And yeah, I've worked a few years, getting to the end. That red that red border is just me testing. And yeah, you harpoon cars, drag them in. This one is it's co-op, so we have the bird on top. But yeah, like if you're friends, you can also harpoon them, drag them in. So it's up to 4 players. But I did add a single player waves mode. And yeah, it's just a game kind of like Towerfall and that vein of multiplayer game to have fun, quick versus battles. I didn't want to make like too huge of a game, but I didn't want to set up on some huge, massive like single player game to start. Couch co-op's one of my favorite genres, so I did that. And coming to the end, I drew all the art and I did the programming. The music's done by Mathew Kirkegaard. Yeah, that's what my game's about. Kind of like there's versus modes, co-op mode, and there's also a kind of truckling mode where all your lives are kind of like out on the playing field like baby trucks, and in that one you have to kind of protect them while also going after the other guy's truck lanes. That's a great idea, Tyler. I'll actually show you if I can. And Oscar, I'll get to your message in just one moment after I show this. So, and does it sound okay for me, for you guys? Like it isn't like a double voice or anything? I'm sorry, I'm just all of a sudden hearing myself again going through it in OBS. So, yeah, great idea. That was one of the things I could do. So if I grab this car here, and I don't actually, I should do a tooltip for this. But yeah, if we both go apart, it says it's called draw and quarter. You can rip apart a car. And I'll say the actual game runs a bit faster on my laptop when I think it's like probably installing a Windows update right now. Sometimes it gets, well, doing OBS and this, it just runs a bit slowly. So yeah, that's a great idea. We do have it. If you can think of an enemy car that could only be ripped in half and like isn't invulnerable to the crusher, that's something I've been trying to think about. Okay, but Oscar, so your favorite announcements are Mario Kart World, yeah, Elden Ring. You know, if you haven't played Elden Ring yet, that's a good choice. I was happy to see that there. Kirby Air Riders. Yeah, it's neat to see Sakurai, Mr. Sakurai, not working on a Smash Brothers game, like getting to do something semi-new. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. That one I'm a little bit less excited on, but the concept's cool. Final Fantasy remake games and more. So not Donkey Kong. You're not excited for Donkey Kong. Curious. I think the digging in Donkey Kong will be quite fun. Okay, so Tyler, you say a monster truck might work for an enemy car. Well, that's great feedback. Once again, I'll show you something. We'll go. I did have like in the trailer, there is a monster truck boss. I never implemented it, but maybe you were like one of the final things to kind of push it over the top. Like I was thinking of a boss and where it would kind of just charge at you. Let's see if we can find it. So a long time ago, I made a kind of like a statue of a monster truck because I thought, oh, that could be a boss. And let me see here. So yeah, we have a truck frame for a monster truck. I'll put the frame rate up. And he has tires, so they're kind of separate. I kept them simple. I had knobby tires at one point. But with those, that's everything I need for a monster truck. But I have to do the programming for it. So, you know, that's good. Maybe people can only like deflate the tires or something, but I think just having it will be a bit extra variety. So maybe he has to charge the typical boss that has to charge into something and I don't know, hit a wall. So Oscar, you say Nintendo GameCube games are coming exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. Yes, and I think you have to pre-order them in advance. Yeah, or no, you have to pre-order to get the GameCube controller. You have to pre-order it. I want to try headphones for a bit. So yeah, no, Tyler, monster truck is a great idea. And I think the hardest part is drawing it, although programming can be tough. For me, or the longest part is drawing it. The programming is a bit different. Okay. All right, I plugged in my headphones. Hopefully there's less echo. Like, let me know if you still hear me if I just turn to monitor only. If you can still hear that, I can still hear myself. Oscar, what was your favorite GameCube game announcement? Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me again? I changed it. So what if he has one of the hooks you can use to throw to the tiny cars to players? Okay, great. Thank you, Tyler. Yeah. I'm keeping the sound to headphones and I won't hear my voice. It's weird. OBS changed all of a sudden. So are you saying that the monster truck would be harpooning the player too, or harpooning, or like helping the player out? It's not a bad idea. And Oscar, when I was muted, I was asking what was your favorite one of the GameCube game announcements. I think for me, pretty excited to have F-Zero GX on it. Oh yeah, here's the monster truck here with it. I'd have to redraw the eyes. I was kind of reusing them, but one of the things, like, he wanted to smash out through the wall in one of the later waves. So having its own hook on top might be a little tougher, but yeah, if he was, if there was a car just flinging other cars at the player, that'd be kind of funny. But that's something I'll think about. Thank you, Tyler. And I'll have to try White Knuckle at some point. Sometimes I do stream just other demos I've been meaning to check out. So basically, I've been working on this game for at least 5, almost 6 years. And I've gotten to like a couple final things. One of them is squishing this level, and one of them is making it so the cars at the end of each round, they kind of drive off. And after that, I just want to make a trailer and release the game. So there are some polish things to do, but I did a lot of polish back in January, so that shouldn't be too bad to do again. Okay. And this hot dog cart, this, if you harpoon it, explodes in lava. It's one of the things that basically the hot dog cart was like a funny little add-on, but I never did like an ice cream truck or something like that. It's one of the things I always want to do, more cars, but it's very it's tricky to add more of them. And some things I'll have to do, I'll have to redo some of the paint. I just squished it down. And Like that's not at scale. It's kind of, it was taller before, so I might have to redo those. But I did want to kind of prototype test the level first. So I got a quick message to respond to. Oh, thank you, Tyler. Enjoy Ina Dream Barbecue. I heard Toby Fox tweeting about that. And yeah, that's also one I want to try. So I hear good things about it. Enjoy. Sorry about that. Just a message that I had to send. Okay. I think one of the things, these red lines are for different conveyor belts, so I'll fix those up a bit. If I use GameMaker Live, this should let me kind of change it on the fly while it's running. So this conveyor belt's a bit wonky, we'll do it. And oh yeah, Oscar, people complain about the prices in particular because Nintendo's been lower prices always in the past, and with this one, you know, it's at a time when there's inflation and stuff. People are feeling, you know, financial pressures, especially with the tariff situation. So yeah, they have a right for that. Like when games and the console are going up, it's tough. Now, speaking of Ina Dream Barbecue and Toby Fox tweeting it, Deltarune, that's also going to be out June 5th. Chapters 3 and 4, which it seemed like they're going to finish up pretty soon. So that's also exciting. That was my favorite. Maybe my third favorite announcement from it. I played chapters 1 and 2. Highly recommend seeing the last boss of chapter 2. It's I didn't think it would be tailored to me so much, but it was. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, Oscar, it's a lot. Like for Canada, that's, I believe it was 700 for the bundle, and taxes on top of that. So it's a lot. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get one right away. Okay, it's back to the game, and yeah, $70 and even $80 for the games. That's like I forgot. I think digital games used to cost more to make. Wonder if I turn that off. Nope, I still hear myself. Okay, back to this level. Yeah, that's. I don't know what's up with my computer today. It's just chugging. Hold on. I think I didn't check performance mode. Let's go. Let's see if my computer turned off. If it's power saving. No, it should be good. I think Oscar with Mario Kart though being $80, that's just so they put the physical version. Like they're trying to make it so you're more enticed to get the bundle for like $50 for Mario Kart and get it digitally with their store. That's what they're doing there. Okay, let's see if we can fix that. How this top conveyor belt looks. It's kind of snaking funny. I can't save, or I can't press pause while doing it because it will crash, so I'll just add a bunch of time. Yeah, there's a list of stuff to do in Carpoon. So let's smooth out this belt. Okay, so this conveyor belt here will, let's grab it. I'll try to not create a different point in GameMaker and we'll go. It's always a bit tricky to just grab the correct point. Probably can delete some of them. Say Nintendo Labo BRK, the only game not playable on Switch 2, while other third-party games have problems with backwards compatibility. Yeah, that's because some of the game, like it's not native emulation, or it's not native hardware. It's kind of emulated, I believe. So that's why not every game is compatible on Switch 2. Yeah, I was kind of surprised to hear that. I guess they got it working good enough with similar hardware. They didn't have to put in the switch chip to save costs. Like that's how some of them used to do it. I'm checking Windows Update. Did it secretly go in the background? No, it didn't. For more space on switch to only memory SD card express. I think that's fine to have a standard. It's probably better that way. You have consistent speeds. I'm okay with that. Okay, I think that one is all right. This belt can probably go a bit further from the wall. I want to see what's eating up all my computer speed here. Apparently it's just OBS. Oh, that's too bad. All right. I think I'll probably have to. There's a couple things I'll have to do. I have to resize the paint, and I'll have to decide on the size around these. Probably can turn off the lava for now. It was pretty good. I'll focus on one thing at a time. Oh yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 editions of some games, in particular, so Jamboree looked like they put WarioWare type stuff in it, but I am more excited for the Forgotten Land expansion. I did love Forgotten Land a lot, so that's that'd be a nice bonus to get something like that. I have to open up Photoshop here, and we might export some of these images. Some of these, like this one, it's pretty easy just to go in GameMaker and delete it. Parts in the in its own sprite editor. Now this corner, it's like, I believe it's supposed to be 45 degrees. Like I could just leave it like that, maybe it's okay, but I don't know if that's the best. Well, I'm gonna just try to organize as much as I can and see how much is just okay without redoing a bunch of work. Let's just focus on this top corner first. This is something I put off for a long time. And maybe I didn't have to. Maybe it was easier than I thought. But I did want to just not do it if I didn't have to. Okay, so you, Oscar, you're saying you have to purchase some of the upgrade packs. But isn't it free if you have NSO? Like, does any of them, do any of them cost money? Like if you have the Nintendo Switch Online? Layer management can be tricky in GameMaker. This one, what's its scale? I think maybe I can edit it here and then just paint over once. Yeah, I'll edit here and I can grab it and paint over in Photoshop. That'd be the easiest. Okay, scale's a bit off. So we probably want 0.683 again. Oh yeah, Oscar, that makes sense to transfer the data. I find with what I have, some of the what was I gonna say? Some of the problem is I have so many different accounts, and I have to get one where I have 50 hours and also online, and probably a Japanese one. So that might be a little tricky for me. That's maybe one of the reasons why I won't get it right away. Something I wanted to mention is the someone that was in the local game community had a Kickstarter for Captain Soda right now, and they've almost reached 100%. So Captain Soda, pretty neat game if you want to kickstart it. It's also in GameMaker, pretty well polished. And yeah, Japan has two options, so I would have to get the one with all languages. Uh, it's tempting to get the Japanese only one that's cheaper, but I think I'll have more hassle than what it's worth. Okay, let's edit this right. I want to duplicate it first. You can also duplicate it in there, but I'm going to be changing the size, so can I change the image size here? I probably have to change it back in the sprite. That's the problem. Yeah, okay. This is kind of like Photoshop, not so bad. I feel like it's that big. That might be too big, but we'll see. Oh, thanks, Tyler. No, enjoy it later. I'm definitely going to check out that game later. There's that one, and if you want one other recommendation, although I don't know for what audience, not what audience, but like I don't know the age bracket of this game, so excuse me if it turns out to be a little mature. But the IGF, I think International Game Festival, I believe, is what it stands for. The winner this year was a game called Consume Me, which was being made for about 10 years, apparently. It's on Steam, but it's also on itch.io. The Steam one might be better, but this is another one that I've heard great things about. It's a darkly humorous project, personal game about their relationship with food. It started out as a collection of prototypes, which drew from their past experiences with dieting and disorder eating. But yeah, that's apparently an excellent game. It's called Consume Me. You can wishlist it on Steam, and it will be. I think there's a version you can do on itch.io too. Yeah, it seemed like a pretty neat idea. Probably pretty personal, but considering it beat out a lot of other games, it's probably really good. So this is just essentially MS Paint right now. So I just try to resize these panels as quick as possible. It doesn't have I think I can copy and bring stuff over, but it doesn't quite have the stamp tool, as far as I know, that Photoshop has. Certainly, Tyler. Yeah, I love hearing about other games. It's kind of good to know too what other people are liking, because I have my own taste, but like what's popular right now. Mindwave. Oh, I've been meaning to play that. I think that's in my library. It is. It was in Steam Next Fest. Yeah, and it's like a WarioWare like game. But when I was playing through different ones, it's keyboard and mouse, so I couldn't play it off Steam Deck. So yeah, good to know. It's also pretty popular. Okay, let's see. We can see how this turned out for size. No, no, still need a bit more to be 1-to-1. Okay, well, that's good to know. These panels are way bigger than they have to be. So this is the edge. I probably have to make it 1700 wide. I think I should just scale it. No, then I have to scale all of them. Oh, it's 0.6. If I just make it 1. Yeah, it's actually the correct size. I'll have to just delete some of the top now. Okay. Yeah, you can pull it around, and when you drag it apart, when you like if you rip it apart or when you crush it, instead of scrap metal, hot dogs come out. One thing that one of my friends pointed out when playing it, yeah, I think it wasn't heating up in lava yet properly. So that is something I have to just fix at some point. Like when you drag it across lava on like other cars, it doesn't. It just sits there. So it's a little bit of an inheritance issue that I've been getting more used to in games. Oh yeah, Oscar, good luck pre-ordering one, so you'll have it on day one. Uh, I don't know how many games I would get, but apparently the that tech demo one is sounding like it's better than what it looks like. The one about Switch 2, because it does have a bunch of mini games. And say Tyler, you say speaking about Nintendo Switch 2, it's pretty cool they announced Silk Song. Yeah, they had like a short thing on it, and 2025. They can always push it back if they want, but yeah, that's neat. That besides Deltarune, they also had Silk Song. Uh, Two pretty huge indie announcements. Silk Song though I think it's going to be on Game Pass, or like it's Microsoft was kind of supporting it more earlier. But yeah, it's going to be everywhere. So like I think Silk Song would be on Switch One as well, well, but no, I just need it was there to confirm about it. Before the direct, they had been updating some information, I think, on the Steam page. So it was looking like it was getting closer. Okay, I've got to resize this again. And thank you, Oscar. Nintendo Switch 2 welcome tour. Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be cheap, but it's the weirdest name for software and marketing package, but maybe actually playing it, it's okay. Oh yeah, Tyler. The thing about that though is it's $80 physical and then it's $70 digital. And I think part of that is from a lot of games are made in Mexico and there might be tariffs. But they're what they're doing is they raise the price on the standalone game. They really want you to buy Switch 2 with Mario Kart bundled in. That's why they make it essentially $50 when you buy the bundle. That way you buy one Nintendo game for sure, and you buy like another game if you want. No, I think Donkey Kong, that was $70. So we're getting more of the what we saw at Tears of the Kingdom where games are costing more. Okay, great. Enjoy, Tyler. Thanks for dropping by. I'll try to play that game too soon and see how it is. Almost there. I'm just going to get some water. Back in a second. I lied. I got milk. My stomach is doing the collapsing in on itself from having coffee. Now, Oscar, did you hear about how some of the game cards are game key cards for kind of like an option for third-party games so they don't have to store as much data on them? So essentially, you're just buying a key with nothing on the cartridge itself. That's kind of too bad for the future. Like, if you bought Street Fighter 6, it's going to have nothing there on it. Or it might have some data on it, but then you still have to download more. Being able to share your game like Nintendo DS, though, to other people, that's a cool feature. And the camera's going to be pretty neat. Yeah, game share and game chat. I forgot about Wii U chat. None of my friends Well, like Andre had it, but none of my local friends had Wii U. I was the only one with it. So I would bring it around and like bring it in my backpack and we'd play Nintendo Land and stuff. But as a result, one day it's like the gamepad got too squished and the analog stick got damaged. So it ended up with like a permanent drift. I wish the resize was in a better spot. Okay, let's see how we're doing now. Still a little bit too tall. Maybe I should just scale this down. It would have been easier. This is still quicker than going into Photoshop and doing it. Yeah, that's probably good. Let me click on something else and see around that red line. Yep, that's a good size. This one here, I'll have to delete the top. That's trickier. I might have to go in Photoshop for it. I've been trying to stick with one goal a week in Carpoon, so I don't I don't know if I'll get all of this one done, but I'll try. So with this GameMaker, you can go and like, while it's good to like have all your files everywhere, you can pretty much just grab the PNG from the project directory. So let me see if I can find it. It's always exciting. Like, oh yeah, this is something I finished the other day. We'll see. I'll show it at the end of the round, but the nervous truck while waiting for results. This was pretty fun to add in. Well, we certainly have a lot of game recommendations for next time. That Ina Dream Barbecue, Mind Wave, Star of Providence is still really good. I still want to play more of that. turn on the heat because it's still actually cold right now. Okay, so in here, in sprites, we can just look for that file that we had. Maybe there's a top right fence one that didn't have an extension. I'll search for that too. That could be the easier option. I'll say something fun about Donkey Kong Bonanza for me is that it reminds me of Jungle Beat with the punching and how snappy it was, but now in a now he's moving and digging through the earth while doing it. It's making this have its own backup. Now, let's see, of course, did I already make one that wasn't extended in the past? Maybe. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, I did. That's great. Yeah, easy. Easy. Well, it's not actually long enough. Is the other one? I'll just swap it out quickly. Or swap it back. Okay, so it's pretty much in line there. Yeah, it's the same. So I'll just use that. I can always extend the bottom a bit if I have to. Okay, great. Yeah, before there were two of these. I think I can kind of get away with one. That kind of works, not to just trim the fence. Those are slightly different. I might have to fade them out. Like the quicker way might be not to worry about them, but I might delete the wires. So this one, I'll just back up the dirt and delete a bit. There. I'll be back in 1 second. Back. Okay, we want to delete this corner a bit. It's showing there. So that's easy. That eraser's too huge though. Maybe a bit more. Okay, and this one, the dirt was there. We'll get rid of it. And there's really only that. Well, there's two things after that. This paint here, I'll probably have to export that and just move. I'll move it down basically. I'll delete parts, move down. And yeah, that's about it. Excuse me, I think I'll actually, what is it? Bleat this on Blue Sky. Oscar, what third party or indie games do you think you'll get with Switch 2? Like I'm assuming probably, well, you said Elden Ring. And of course that's really exciting. There's the other one next year that they're making from Software, but it's a multiplayer one. I guess I like playing games with friends, but I see some people are a bit disappointed. Okay, so you say maybe for my birthday or Christmas, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a ton of racing games available. Cross Worlds have a tough go, I think, with Mario Kart being there, but maybe if it's a cheaper price, uh, maybe people won't mind. So you yeah, you already have Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, which is a great game. I remember I heard somebody mentioning about it like being bad or like only half of it was good, but no, it's quite good. There is a strategy to it, which I haven't figured out yet. And okay, Hogwarts Legacy, and I didn't know Cross Shadow Generations coming to Switch too. Curious. I was disappointed there wasn't more of the major Sega announcements, but that's the way we go. It goes. We can't get everything. Oh, this paint's kind of weird here, but I might leave it. Maybe if it just connects to the edge, I can get away with it. Yeah, we can get away with it there. Okay, this one, I'll have to squish down and grab. Let's resize this. What what a weird name I gave to this. Oh yeah, you can see where I deleted it. This one I don't have to resize. I can just delete it in the sprite. It's a bit easier. Okay, so that chunk has to go. It's a pixel brush instead of more of a softer brush like Photoshop has, which is great for fill, but not so good for this. A bit more. I almost wanted to show around the edge, but it's a lot easier if I just hide it. Trying to minimize the amount of time I have to spend on this because I already have to also change for all the cars drop. Yeah, I can just go and be done. This one I'll have to fade out, but I'll do that later. Yeah, if I do that, the corner can be a bit. Yeah, that I can do that. What is this red square? Oh, yeah, okay, it's the ground. Now, now to try to click the ground is way harder. There we go. Did I have it? Yeah, we'll do that. No, you hope for the future. Well, yeah, Splatoon 4 is surprising there wasn't Splatoon 4 there. But no, Rhythm Heaven Groove was a great surprise announcement. Very happy to hear the experimental phase of Nintendo can continue by supporting Switch 1 longer. Okay, well, I want to shrink down this paint. Oh yeah, pylons, they have to fling a bit. Now, Oscar, have you played Tomodachi Life before? I honestly didn't play it in the past, so I'm gonna have to play catch up when it's out. Like I was surprised at how it became Nintendo's most popular tweet ever. They have some smart social media marketing people over there. Probably a lot of minds thinking about it. Yeah, you played it on Nintendo 3DS. Excellent. Now, in it, can you bring your own Mii into the game, or you design one of them? Oh, and I was gonna ask you, did you reach your goal of moderating like a set number of Twitch channels yet, or how's that going? Stuck at 88. Okay, well, if I try, if I ever try Twitch, I'll let you know. I should soon, but there's always a bunch of things to do. Yeah, directly to you. Uh, This should help just figure out what height it should be quickly, and then in Photoshop I can update one of the better ones even more. Man, I don't even know if I have to do this in Photoshop. Like if I had just deleted this, maybe it would have been okay. Oh yeah, that was a nice touch that Miyamoto did with the direct. It's always great for thumbnail poses too. Yes. It hangs on screen like for a second or two. Oh, the scale's off. Me, that's why I was kind of looking at it a little funny, but let's see. Yeah, I have to move it over a bit. And why? This is honestly fine. I don't have to go into Photoshop. This is great. I can't I can't hold shift and select more than one area. That's too bad. Fox. Hey Jeff, how's it going? This is yeah, it's not yeah, it's not that exciting. I'm just squishing down this level. Yeah, new meta. Who knows, right? This level, I had it more of a rectangle before, so now or I had it more of a square shape, so I shrunk it down. And after this, I only want to make it so cars, um, like at the end of each round, like I want it so each round has like a time limit, and they'll drive off. And then I'll make a new trailer and some polish, and that'll be it. I think some people have asked for more cars, but I had the monster truck kind of in it already, so it's like I'm satisfied. Yeah, I'll never be free. No, but it'll be nice to. I set like a bunch of weekly goals, and I mostly hit them. So I had like 8 different ones, and pretty close. I think everyone says they're pretty close, but it's easy just saying like only this week I'm only going to work on one thing. No, how are you doing over there? Playing any new games recently that are worth playing? Should I be buying Caves of Cud? Tell you it is 11:15 a.m. here. Okay, well I'll get Caves of Cud then. I'm pretty like I heard a lot of good things of it, and that game. It's neat how it took 17 years for them to make it, and no, it's hard to tell. Oh no. Okay, well, what do you think I would like more, Caves of Cud or Dwarf Fortress? Like, I think Caves of Cud is more of a single player game, so I might like that more. Oh, hey Oscar, did you watch Treehouse Live today? And what game are they showing? Okay, they both are. All right. Caves of Cud is slightly newer, so I think I'm more inclined to try that one first. Apparently they thought about programming a bit different in that game. Oh, I'll show you something I did, Jeff. This is like by showing Carpoon in front of different people, kind of come up with an idea. So Dwarf is more of a city builder. Cud is like Rogue. I think I'd like trying Rogue more than building cities. So yeah, that sounds like Cud is the right way to go. Oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. Labo. Yeah, you're right. Labo is kind of like Switch 2's welcome software. Jeff, are you gonna get Switch 2 at what is it, $630? I think it's actually gonna be pretty hard to pre-order. They make you have like 50 hours in your account and stuff. Yeah, that's me too. Like, at some point, but I'll see if I can get it. But I won't be like bending over backwards to try and get it. Yeah, Christmas is a great time for it. It'd be interesting if they have another Mario in the works as well as Donkey Kong. Over here, there's a bunch of cherry blossoms right now, so it's pretty neat. We'll be going to see some tomorrow. Tomorrow being Saturday. And if you ever want to play a game online for a bit, just let me know. I'll probably work out a time. Anime stuff. Oh, like the well, I'll show you the end screen I did recently too. But this lever was a way to try to teach the start mechanic, so I did that. And I've been going to Tokyo Indies once a month. I'll be giving a talk there next month. It'll be neat. And that red border is just the sizing for levels, so I could see how much I should squish the next one. Now, this is what I finished last week. If I Hey, it's running better now. That's nice. Earlier, like my computer was doing something. It was pretty slow. Yeah, thank you. Oh, Oscar, the new game, the one with the wheelchair basketball, drag cross drive. The concept is super neat. To me, it looked a bit dark and depressing. Uh, but and it looked a bit slow. But I do want to try it out. Like I love how you can wave like a Joy-Con to have the person like, hey, pass over here, and using two mice as like tank controls. So I think regardless of how it is, I'll try it out. Okay, now check this out. If I end the time, we should get to see the animations because I had made a joke and then I did it. Oh no, it's not in co-op yet. I'll do it in versus real quick. I was testing it in versus first. Okay. Whoop. So I had basically joked to draw a car clapping like the end of Smash Brothers. And I was like, how would that work? How would you draw that? So now if I just end it super quick. So they're nervous at first, and then they're kind of cheering. There, I'll move myself so you can see. Oh, I can't. I'll turn myself off so you can see it quick. Yeah. So yeah, that was a fun, silly animation. It's fun to do a bit of drawing. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, it's like this is scope creep, but darn it, I want to try. I was using the. I've still yet to watch an episode of SpongeBob, but I have to. I use the nervous ones, like holding this. Like I use SpongeBob as a reference. Yeah, that's type of creep, scope creep. They must have a lot of jokes about that at the company Scope. Oh, and Oscar, yeah, you can use a mouse Joy-Con on your pants. That makes sense for if you're just on a couch, right? Like you don't want to reach. Oh, this level's kind of slow. I think I'm probably too many effects in this level. At least the other ones run fast. Yeah, because I think Andre did a video on that about all the places you can use the mouse. Yeah, this level has got too many effects, or it has a memory leak again. So I just gotta finish moving some stuff around. The funny thing about Iwata is like he didn't want magnetic Joy-Cons with Switch 1 because he thought it would just drop. Token cards 420 weed number. That would be yeah, they could get that score. Maybe they're like super relaxed, so they're kind of like on the ground and hard to drag like the flower box. Oh yeah, so I added those plates too, just to make it a bit clearer. I had feedback just to make it more obvious, and the claws are now like a beefy claw. They're thicker. And headlights and stuff. Yeah, Oscar, I think they're thinking about calling it Super Nintendo Switch, but they because of the emulation factor of it. Oh, and particle effects too. Those are pretty easy to add in GameMaker now. Because they don't have native hardware for it, they didn't want to call it a Super Nintendo Switch, and probably just way easier to communicate the branding calling it Switch 2. Oh yeah, thanks, Jeff. That was just changing the transparency type on it. And like I just put a semi-transparent thing over the edges and it's there. So, but mostly it's the lava shader making it wiggle or move. That's what's taxing on it. The switch, if it was like if they did have that rumored second screen. But yeah, Switch 2 is just easier branding. Like imagine not knowing about games that much and going to a store and trying to buy one. And if it was like the Xbox situation where you have Series X, Series S, Xbox One. Before that, it was like Xbox 360. It's like, which one do I choose? It's just easy. It's like, because there's Switch OLED, Switch Lite, regular Switch. You can just know Switch 2. So Xbox, its Series X is the one you normally want to buy. But there's a digital one and a one with a disc, I believe, now. The digital one is like $50 less. Series S, I was tempted to get because it, was fine for 1080p, but it had no disk drive. So it's kind of like a great Game Pass machine. Over here, we finally have a 4K machine, so just in time for Switch 2 being 4K. But Xbox, like, it's only if you don't have other platforms, Xbox is great. But I mean, we've all got PC or Switch and stuff, so that you have PS5, so that gets us all covered. Oh yeah, I played Astrobot a bit, and I got to the level where you shrink down. It's it's pretty cool. The boss fight was really neat. The gorilla on top of the skyscrapers. Oh yeah, which reminds me around that time I was playing Soul Calibur 2 again. So Soul Calibur 2 on Switch 2 online. That's gonna be sweet. It's still good. My soul still burns. Uh, which game? Which game was I talking about? Astrobot. It's super polished. It's like I think everything has like the game juice game feels great. The boss was much better than a standard boss in terms of the tells and movements. So I would say it is Nintendo good. Um, yeah, so they did deserve that credit and Game of the Year awards. And yeah, so I think if you got it, uh, like your kids would like it a lot, and you'd even enjoy it. Like I didn't find myself going, man, I wish I could stop playing and go on and bounce to something else right now. Like I played it a good long stretch. It basically fills the gap of not having a Mario. Ah, Duolingo yelled at me. Duolingo tricked me into trying its. Oh, I can put it on camera on again. I forgot that. Duolingo tricked me into doing the free subscription, and then I thought I turned it off, but I didn't, and they charged me for 1 year for like $120. And I said, "Hey, can I not have this?" And they're like, "No, you're stuck with it." Okay, you think it's gonna be a free game? Is Ghost of Tsushima a free PlayStation Plus game? I mean, if you have PlayStation Plus, it's okay to wait out. So something like yeah, that's what I wish I could have done, but it's like I use it now. I have no ads in Duolingo at least. I'm at a okay. If Ghost of Tsushima is free, then yeah, I could see Astrobot becoming free at some point, but maybe not for a while until they have some other like some of their other games coming out, which is kind of sparse these days. Well, I wasn't sure if that one of those ads on my phone did it, but it's probably something on my computer. But one of my emails was hacked recently. Uh, but fortunately, just for YouTube. Fortunately, unfortunately, so not having ads to worry about that. Where like some of the ads are kind of like one of those ads where it's like I don't want to be anywhere near clicking this because it doesn't look that good. Um, yeah, it was the same type of hack that Linus had, but fortunately with less access rights, they couldn't do as much, and it could quickly change back within 20 minutes. So that was nice. So now it's like the reminder to change a whole bunch of passwords and kind of do more due diligence on that. And then, just be panicky and afraid for a long time. Astrobot, interestingly enough, was only made by 65 people, so pretty impressive. Yeah, I'm just going to do this the lazy way. Oh, nice to talk to you, Jeff. Talk to you again soon. This is a weird thing where it kind of looks like it's going up, but that's only because these are faded. I'm pretty sure that is a straight line. Yeah. Okay, maybe a bit more room there and down. It'll be good. Might have been too much. But we can just do this. Okay, that one's... Maybe I can duplicate... No, we'll bring this... See if we can bring this in. It's hard with the layers, but that should help. Okay, we'll put this back in to give a little bit of depth over the lava. I think I only have to delete the top. Problem with doing this is that more of it is selectable. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I always set small little goals, and then it makes it less overwhelming. That's why focusing on this controller is a bit nicer. This corner was a bit nicer. Okay, where? Okay, I leave a bit of gap. Oh, that's good. But then also zoom out for the big picture and see it. Okay, so there's a gap there, but not down there. Yeah, they've just never been that close to the wall before. I can probably move it in a bit. And move that path point in for where it's drawn. check the old level to see the old version level to see how much room I was giving them. Okay, well, I think I'm going to test that out and see how it is. Well, that's compiling. I want to get some more coffee and just back in a moment. Back. Let's see how that top of the level looks. I have to start thinking of a way to make more TikToks quickly of game development. And I was trying a green screen filter earlier, and that one it seemed to be a bit slower, or it's like it's not as good in OBS as it is in Discord, unfortunately. Okay, we'll just do one player, see how it is up close. Hey John, how's it going? How's your work and game project going? Any feelings on Switch 2? I just shrunk. I've been shrinking down the Autoworks. Oh, I gotta gotta move the top point. Come on, controller connect. I'll just do a keyboard player. Let's see what you're saying. You finally got a contract finished. Oh, that's great. Like, are you working daily, or did you just have a set goal and they're like, we're going to give you this much. We don't care how long you take, but you got to finish it. The top point here was this. Yeah, so I might have to move for single player. And if I save it here, it should update in game. No, but congratulations on finishing your contract. You can afford Switch 2. Oh, that may have broken Carpoon. Yeah. I apologize that we haven't played a game yet. Just I found it. I had a bit of extra work recently, so it's been a bit busier, and I have to do my taxes. Yeah, I was listening to the Eggplant.show podcast, and most of them there are pretty high on Party House from UFO 50. Okay, the lava I can bring down next. And I can't actually see up there, so it doesn't really... I'm gonna have to push out to see it. Oh, all the layering there is messed up. But it's pretty good over here. Why? I wonder where that chunk of dirt is from. I'll have to fix that. Now, John, have you been playing anything lately? Anything worth checking out? I'm gonna move this conveyor belt a bit, and I'll try to fix it. The angle should kind of match here. A little bit of repo. Yeah, I still have to buy repo. It sounds like a fun game to play with friends. Oh no. I'm getting like way too many messages here from it. I'm gonna get rid of that. There we go. And hey, that worked out pretty well. I might bring it down later. Guess I can do that right now. All I have to do is move this here. I don't know why it's smaller like that compared to the other ones. And I'll grab the path. This might be too much, but we'll see. The funny thing when I do that, I have to reset the level. Like it's essentially copying over everything to a new room, which allows me to see it without changing. But then the players are like stuck in the previous room. It's like one of those alternate universes where everything gets deleted. Yeah, I think that's good height. That's good gap. Probably can still be pulled a bit to the right. Okay, move the lava down, and I think this one can be a little bit higher because of the lip. Although, yeah, and I'll see how that goes. Hello, HPR Shredder. Hey, Hayden, how's it going? You can see the falcon eyes in action. It's like my own personal son in the room. I had no sleep. Yeah, you were up super late last time. I don't know. I'm impressed when people do that. I guess like if I have a goal to do and I've had enough sleep beforehand, like maybe I can get by on like 5 hours sleep or like 4 hours sleep 1 or 2 days, but then I'll be like complete garbage after that for a while. So far I like it. I'm impressed by how light it is. Like I didn't even have to close, I didn't close the curtains. I have it on, the side opposite of the window. Like there is one light up there that was giving me a bit of light before, but so far pretty good. I'll have to consider getting the remote control later. The stand I bought, like it's just a stand on the ground. The base is way bigger than I expected, so I had to pull out my desk like 6 inches. So I'll consider just getting like a clamp for my desk at some point to have it there, but I didn't see any desk sort of mounting desk light mounts that had a clamp on top that would work for it. No, pretty cool. I'm glad I just stuck with the 28 watt one. I think the 48 watt one, like 28 watt one was enough. I'm sure 48 watt one would be way better, but it's okay. Oh, hey, Kelvin. It's a Kelvin. Okay, what percent brightness are you on? I think I went a bit nuts just to try it because it's a little bit, it's like just farther than my arm away right now. Oh, well, thank you for lurking, Kelvin. I hope your game's going good. Let me know if you want to play a game at some point or something, or do group drawing again. I can bring that up. Okay, checking the brightness. Yeah, the closer the better for softness. So that's why I pulled out my desk. Otherwise it would have been like a bit further away. I could move it more directly in front of me. It's at 57% and it's at the default 56K. Oh, thank you, Calvin. Yeah. Nice to hear from you. Thank you for lurking. I was wondering who was lurking. Yeah, so the light's at pretty bright at 57%. Like some of the other lights, I would only do at like 10% because then I would always get like completely washed out. I like how I'm not washed out with this light. You're hanging around Pixel Route. Okay. Well, I'll have to definitely keep an eye out when the group drawing is there more. I think that's something I'd like to do. That was one of my goals, especially when it was at a time different than the Japanese class. But I'll take a look there. Yeah. So the Falcon Eyes, pretty good at not making me washed out, I'd say, at a higher brightness. If I end up hating it, it's your fault and you're sorry. No, definitely, I definitely don't hate it. If I go blind, if I end up like looking at it by accident too many times and go blind, I guess at that point I'll hate it. Kind of like headphones making me go deaf. I should probably just buy like a really good over-the-ear set of headphones because I find all the in-ear ones not good. But even the decent over-the-ear ones I had, they're like bad on my ears, I find. So Carpoon is coming to Switch 2. I've been bugged by that. GameMaker right away announced they're okay with Switch 2. I might have to be like going for more, talking to more publishers about that. Because that is one way to do it without like absorbing all the costs. Okay, this thing can move down a little bit and not be in the way of that. Like, a tiny bit. Like, realistically, the funny thing about Switch 2 is then I don't have to worry about optimizing it at all. Like the lazy answer. I think on Switch 1, there's a chance I would have to optimize a few things. The toughest thing with localization is making sure the controllers work on everything. From what I have heard. I've heard it's good to go through it once and then never do it again. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that weird red chunk. Yeah, the new Joy-Con sound nice. Nintendo is being coy about if they have Hall effects or not. But the bigger size, the larger little buttons on top, I don't know if they have a little... Do you know if they have that little magnetic strip that will make them more rounded? Like, I never used it on Switch, but... Okay, and you say lucky, but then it's only Japanese games. And also, it'll take me forever to read all of it. At least I can read some right now, but so that... I guess it doesn't matter if it's a Mario or Donkey Kong. But if I dig into an RPG, that's a problem. Going through menus will be tougher. That's true. Great incentive to learn. It is a little bit like... I was talking to one guy who worked on Grappin and Plucky Squire, and he forced himself to use a Japanese Windows, and that helped him a lot. So... yeah, there's always good ways to do it. Oscar, I think... Oh, so you want to finish as many as possible. So, Oscar, what games are you working on right now? Like, I would think you could finish 3 games. And that would be, like, not too bad at your pace. Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Oh... Okay, if you finish that one alone before Switch 2, I'm impressed. So, no, and by hating and it'd be cheaper, but then in the long run, it's more expensive because if I have the Game Explain shared account to play games, which I don't do enough of, I wouldn't have that with the Japanese only one. And as we know, games will be more expensive. Oscar, how far are you in Xenoblade Chronicles X right now if you've already started? Okay, I have all the lava turned off. I'll bring it back on. Yeah, back to the Joy-Con, it sounds like they might have Hall effect stuff in them, but they're just not saying. Like they had question and answer at that event, but it sounds like they're kind of holding back and pushing things to like pushing answers to publishers like Capcom and stuff, which I guess is typical. Oh, only two chat. Well, you're pretty far along then. That's impressive. Okay, here's lava. I think I made the gap bigger, but that's fine. How much was the camera? Is it only 20 bucks for Switch 2? It's only 20 bucks, that's all right. Oh, a funny thing about the Switch 2 presentation, I was thinking before, is like it's gonna be hard to top Rhythm Heaven Groove for a game I was looking forward to. So, but they did with Donkey Kong. I think probably taking a look at more of the open world stuff in Mario Kart, I'll grow on that more. Mario Kart, I just kind of take for granted. Like Mario Kart Double Dash should be in my top three of games, but I'm like, eh. I think I kind of keep it in top five. It's like it's like one of the games I play the most of. And I'm just like, oh, it's a Mario Kart. It doesn't have to be in top three. No, I lied. I want to make it a bit wider. No, nah, I won't. No need. Yeah, and with Carpoon on Switch, even though I think there is that $800 cost, which is what a publisher would be need to cover. um, yeah, hardest part would just be the time required in making sure stuff like controllers dropping out, the buttons and all that sort of stuff works. Because I'm sure there's like a million things to fail certification that I've probably kind of not bothered with too much because it works on PC. Like he can make a game more solid in that capacity. I was hearing something the other day from one of my favorite game designers that like for the last 6 months they've been doing admin stuff, like with their game coming out, and they finally just spent 2 hours like late on Friday night designing the game. It's like, oh yeah, that's the harsh reality. Like you can be working for someone else making a game you don't want. You can be making whatever you want, but not making enough to like live. Or you can be having a team and stuff, but at the same time you are running a company and there is stuff to take care of. It's harsh realities in life. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition has 13 chapters. Okay, so how long is the epilogue story then? How much longer? How is the epilogue story compared to the game itself? Xenoblade Switch 2 version when? Okay, around 4 hours. 4 hours is a decent amount of time, but I guess Xenoblade Chronicles is so long, you kind of like, it could be more, but if it's a good 4 hours, that's fine. Yeah, and I guess probably Monolith Soft is busy on something else. That's like, yeah, it's short for Xenoblade, but long in terms of games. Who knows? They could be working out a few things and then have an enhanced version later. Was everyone? Did anyone predict that Kirby Air Riders was going to be like a Kirby Air Riders game and not getting tricked into thinking of Smash Brothers? Especially after Sakurai tweeted about the presentation beforehand. Oh yeah, Oscar, it's over 100 hours long. That's why I was impressed by you being so far into it. Like you'll that's a game that'd be very hard for me to get through. It would take me many months. Okay, so hey, and you actually thought it was Air Riders first, then you thought it was Smash. Like I'm so used to Kirby in the Star that the way the perspective of the star was, uh, that it seemed like more of like a Smash thing too with a dark background than a Kirby thing. Yeah, that's true. Wrong Direct is already Mario Kart. Like imagine if they had Sonic Crossworlds in it as well. It's like here's Sonic Crossworlds on Switch 2. What is it looking like? And a segment for that. Like it's they also didn't have gameplay for Air Riders, which maybe helped it, but at least it's this year. So then, and Sakurai is working on a game that, yeah, that's right, Oscar. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's working on something that's not Smash Brothers. So I almost wished it was something new though, but hey, he designed Kirby. Race Racing is the new cozy farming sim, and you can be a cow racer as well. Racing is like one of my favorite genres because it's so easy to be like, well, I just want to play for a few minutes and then play for a long time. Yeah, Fast Fusion was briefly shown, the new Shinin game. What's diff? Did you notice anything different about it, John? I think we were guessing the card. Oh, the cards can be fused. Interesting. Yeah, fast. So we had Fast Fusion and F Zero GX on NSO. So we got a lot of F Zero. Okay. environment's new. And for Hayden, so you think Mario Kart's the most hyped part? I wonder, like, I think I'll play more Mario Kart than Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong was pretty neat. It's funny though that it was rumored 2 years ago that Donkey Kong would come out, and hey, sure enough, rumors true. It's just like Metroid Prime. It's like, oh, it's gonna be remastered, and then it just Nintendo sat in it for a super long time, and there it is. I had joked that Mario Kart to be like a last to be like an end reveal thing, it would need a gimmick like being open world, and sure enough, it it already was open world, so it didn't matter. Oh, and Fast Fusion has a new jump move. That'd be cool. I I don't think Extreme G had a jump move. I think one of them did. No, but Mario Kart is exciting in how different it is. Uh, F Zero a little disappointing. It's not like a remaster where you can have 30 different people racing at once in F Zero GX. It's cool, but it's like I would have paid to buy that one again. Okay. Oh, that's a good point. You got Chibi Robo coming, and yeah, they got Korobo in development now. I haven't heard about that one recently. I forget what happened with their Kickstarter because they kind of had two Kickstarters. They had one in Japan, and so it's kind of like spread across two different platforms. Um, Whenever that happens, I wonder, but at least it's coming on an NSO. Maybe it'll probably help Co-Robo with more people playing it. What's this? So Super Nintendo NSO games have rollback netcode. Uh, I don't. Is that how that works? Is it something they've added in because a lot of them are two-player? Huh, I didn't hear about that rumor yet. I would assume the problem with N64 is there's four players, so it's a little trickier. But I also avoided network code for Carpoon, so I'm not working on it for 12 years. No, Mario Kart, I'm sure they're showing off a lot more and there's the previews and stuff, so I'll look into it. Uh, if you make a mistake, just rewind and try again. Yeah, for rollback. It's not quite like that for rollback netcode, but I I want better online for a lot of things on Switch. It's- I guess it works okay for Mario Kart. So, but Smash Brothers, that's one. So, Oscar, you're going to get Switch 2 at launch. John, do you think you will be able to get Switch 2 at launch? Or Hayden, given the price and just trying to pre-order it? Like, I think there's a chance I might not be able to get it at launch. Unless I just do go with the cheaper Japanese version. Admittedly, my Switch, I haven't played a lot recently, so I'm not at that 50-hour mark. I've been playing more Steam Deck when I have a chance. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is always a big purchase. Like you don't have to buy the micro SD Express at first. Um, 256 gigabytes will probably last a couple games. You probably wait a few months for that Express card. Oh, you're gonna put your name on the pre-order list. Not very much to afford it in reality, but you'll try your best to at least to secure one, and you want to. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's a fun thing to have. It's not a necessity. I'd have to like spend through more savings to get one. Um, I have so many games. It doesn't matter. It'd just be cool to have and play with everyone in the moment. But if I have to, I can wait a bit. Like Deltarune, it's on other platforms. I can play Elden Ring on Steam. Yeah, I have probably a decade of games that I could play. If I wanted to, I could do the. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try, but I'm not going to not gonna like go move the earth to try to get through it or dig through it like DK would. Now, if I finish Carpoon, totally getting Switch 2 as a treat for myself, which it should be done. I'm aiming for around that time because the day before is my birthday, so I kind of want to get Carpoon done by my birthday. Steam takes 3 months to pay you though, so it's not like getting Carpoon done would mean like this windfall to put toward a Switch 2 instantly. Oh, and I was playing Donkey Kong. That's what I was playing Donkey Kong 94 last week a bit. The handstand in that's really cool, where the barrels or enemies that hit your feet, it's kind of like it blocks them. So it took a while. It took a little bit to get through the first few levels because they're the standard again, but it's growing on me a bit. I'll play a bit more this weekend. The music, yeah, the music in the new Donkey Kong game was quite great. I don't think it's Grant Kirkhope. No, it's not David Wise or anything. Otherwise, would have seen it. Yeah, so that's the only part that's too bad about it. But the whole look at now, it was funny seeing it at first. It looked like Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts with the Boulder characters. But you can tell very much that it's the Odyssey team working on it. And if it's not, well, then they've taken a whole bunch of notes from Odyssey, like the way Donkey Kong rolls and stuff. I wonder if they went with Donkey Kong because they thought like Mario just doesn't make sense for digging through, like punching through the earth. And if you look back to Jungle Beat, all the movements are super snappy like Jungle Beat. Yeah, the predecessor of Mario versus Donkey Kong series. Yeah, it's pretty cool to have in there. I just had to get used to the graphics for a bit again. For you, Donkey Kong Bonanza is a mix of Donkey Kong 64 and country games. Okay, I can see that with the country look. For me, I'd say a mix between Jungle Beat and Odyssey. Just how Jungle Beat, like how snappy it would be, and I think it gives chances for poses where Donkey Kong can be smiling to the camera. I think that's part of the reason why I did it. I think they want more meme, social media type moments with expressions. Kind of like something Nintendo started with Wonder and now are doing more of in this Donkey Kong. They haven't shown Death Stare Luigi yet. That's kind of surprising. But maybe expressions aren't as big in Mario Kart. Jungle Beat can come to Switch 2. They could have a mode. They could have a throwback to Jungle Beat in the game. Oh, Jungle Beat with the new play control on Wii. I only had the GameCube one. Yeah, mouse sensor, or even just like doing that, the Joy-Cons, anything could work. I hope I deleted the right one. Okay, so you think the mouse is more accurate, but who? I don't know if you'd want to be like moving a mouse to the beat. It seems awkward in my mind. I guess it's not so bad, but oh, touch it. Oh, so tapping it. Yeah, it could possibly work. Yeah, that's a good idea. So you're thinking in the future some more games on Switch 2 with the mouse Joy-Cons. Flipnote Studios, Super Mario Maker 3, and Mario and Wario. Yeah, I had the mouse that I don't think I ever got a chance to set it up and play it. And Mario Paint. Mario Paint is the biggest one. Mario Paint is the one that'd be coolest to have. I I really hope we get a new Mario Paint. Okay, drag cross drive doesn't feel like low effort, but I don't like how dark it is. Yeah, like I wish it had more characters like arms. That's the disappointing thing, how they're kind of, just in a helmet and they're not vibrant. Like there's some lighting. So I feel like that's a missed opportunity. But yeah, maybe it's a budget title. Oh, I didn't know that, Oscar. I didn't know Mario and Wario was a Game Freak game. Like I remember they had some games before Pokemon. That's neat. Oh, okay, well, ARMS, I want to say maybe they're busy making the new Mario Kart. And after they're done Mario Kart, maybe they'll go back to ARMS. That's my guess, 'cause that's the director of Mario Kart's director of ARMS. Oh, ARMS with a story mode. Would it be the typical crazy fighting game story mode? Oh, Oscar, you think a story mode in Mario Kart because it's open world. That's like if they had bosses like Diddy Kong Racing, that would be great. But the thing is, the bosses you only kind of play once, and that's it. So it's a lot of effort for a one-time thing. So I think if they had missions and stuff when you're going around the city, that could be enough. And John, you're saying NSO is a fantastic deal. So you're concerned that it's going to go up in price later? Yeah, that's what happens, like Netflix and stuff. Yeah, missions can be perfect in Mario Kart. I think like Mario Kart DS had a few mission-like modes, didn't it? From my memory. I think well, they just did GameCube. Probably the motion controls of Wii are hard to redo. So maybe Dreamcast, despite Sega's kind of like trying to use that back library with their own. I think they have their own kind of subscription service now. So that's the only problem with Dreamcast. Sega might be trying to use that library elsewhere. Yeah, everyone. That Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 is just Sega. They'll print money on that soon enough. Oh no, I turned off a layer and it's gone now. Well, we don't know so you're gonna sit. Yeah, you could get Mario Kart, Metroid, and just coast. Metroid, for me, in my mind, it's kind of getting forgotten. But yeah, those are two. Like Mario Kart, you can last for a long time with that. Can't afford much more than that. Well, yeah, AAA games, they're costing more now. They are costing more to make, so eventually it's going to get passed down to us. But I think that's one of the reasons to rely on reviews and stuff at this point. Or like it's harder to take a chance on a game, in my mind. Yeah, that'd be a great was for later in the year. All these, I think they're smaller, they look better. I kind of had the line thickness a bit too big, but I'll probably have to redo the bridges, unfortunately. Yeah, this corner. I like that being less square, but maybe I can't do that anymore. Well, yeah, maybe I can do that. Nobody will notice. I wonder with games these days if more people will keep playing old games. Like a lot of people still play Fortnite a lot. Um, essentially a free game. If we'll see more of that trend where people are playing games that are multiple years old. If this corner can stay 45 degrees, that's ideal. Maybe not. Well, time to compile again, take a look. Oh, shoot, was it running the whole time? Well, that's an easy way to take a look quick. Yeah, I was getting a bit of echo effect on my headphones, so I wasn't listening. Okay, and there's that one little piece there I have to fix. Okay, I'm gonna move them down right now. Let's see if the sprite is animating for some reason. No, it's not. Although I see a couple of tiny little pieces I didn't delete. Shift to another coat. It's still cold. Okay, gotta find out where that weird little piece is going. Oh yeah, the Minecraft movie's out. I heard mixed reviews on that, but then one article saying Jason Momoa was good in it. Yeah, and probably there will be a trailer for the Mario Brothers 2 movie. Maybe they don't want to distract people right now with all the Switch 2 stuff, maybe after it. Like if they still somehow had a Mario game in the works for Christmas, around that time, perhaps. I wonder how well the Minecraft movie will do, because Minecraft is technically, I would say, more popular than Mario these days. Yeah, 40th anniversary of Mario Brothers. That's why it'd be cool if they did something other than the Donkey Kong one. And thank you, Hayden. Yeah, I got lucky and got a boost. I think I got rated by Andre and Mario Kart one day, and that helped push it a bit. And a few of my friends, when I was moving, they subbed. So yeah, I got to do the. I don't know. I wanted to do like a thank you and a Mario, like have a Mario 3 stream for that. Yeah, I don't have quite as many sub update videos as you do on a certain channel. It's like, thank you for 114 subs update. I could do that. Go through the numbers. Yeah, thank you. I think one thing I see with people too, like your channel, it's like it's very slow and then go up. I do have to make more videos, I know that. So I gotta just get through goals quicker and do it. I want to make a video version of the talk I'll be giving this month at Tokyo Indies. You have another, you have another coming up tomorrow, actually. Fantastic. I always try to listen to the sub update ones. Yeah, so when I have the talk at Tokyo Indies, but they say if like other people are in the shot, I'd have to ask them for permission. So it's like, well, it's cool to record it live in person, but it's just myself going, so it's hard to like set up the camera. There's not much room. I'll just record it, like standing at my computer talking after, with the PowerPoint slides. And that will be mostly on teaching game mechanics without a tutorial, like with that start lever thing I did. Okay, we are trying to find the mystery rock that is in some hidden layer somewhere that I can't see. Like I have boundaries that cover stuff. I'm not seeing it there. It is very handy not having to recompile every time to try this out. Yeah, I had an idea too to interview other indie developers about their games, but probably I will save that for after Carpoon or just general indie game coverage. It's so weird, that piece there. It's like, where is it from? Oh no, what the heck? I can't pause it too while doing this, otherwise the game will crash. It's funny. Oh well, maybe I'll find that one later. These are all different layers I tried in the past to see, try and parallax and stuff. Parallax is tricky to use in this. Like, it looked cool, but now with a rectangle level, I don't really have to worry about it. I'll be back in just one moment. Oh, let's see. How do you port Carpoon on Switch 2? I will think about that while I walk up for 1 second and get back to you. I'm back, baby. Okay, mouse. Oh, I see. You're thinking about controls. Game share. Yeah, it would be pretty big, but it is. My game's local. It's not. If if it could do it locally easily, that'd be fine. Probably just focus on one console. I think single Joy-Con support. Well, like technically with movement, you only need the D-pad. So let me. So thinking about it with a mini Joy-Con here, like if you had the right, if you like rotated it, the left one, so it could be aiming with the analog stick, or just aim with the analog stick in the left, with your left hand, it would be fine. Oh, it plays it all in the same instance? Well, that'd be fine if it's like screen share. Yeah, that could work. I thought of making it so for demoing, like you can harpoon with the left trigger. And that way, like I had to hold the mic at one point, but another guy held the mic for me during a presentation. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, because you can play Carpoon with one hand. Just, you can't, you miss out on aiming doing that. No, but single Joy-Con is definitely possible. I'll have to look into that. Motion shake for honking, like YU. Motion shake. Motion shake could also be for shaking off the, like when you have the A button grapple, you could do motion shake for that. It could be fun. Yeah, here I was thinking of the like the business behind it and porting, but no, the more fun gameplay questions is what you meant. So oh yeah, I had something funny to say about the light. The light was supposed to come April 10th to 14th, but it came yesterday super like during the day, but of course, so it came super early, but of course right after the Switch 2 presentation when I could have used it. I guess like I'll see, I think after Carpoon though is out on Steam, I would want to be trying other things. Like it could take a lot of effort to port it when I could be trying new game ideas. Could fall into the Stardew Valley trap where even though they have a new game coming out, they just keep coming back to Stardew Valley to develop because it does so well and they love it. Like that's a good problem to have with Stardew Valley being too successful. Why did I make these the same color? Oh yeah, because I colorized them, I guess. I didn't know you could turn off all the layers at once, but there you can see the parallax I was fiddling with and didn't work out. These are all the invisible walls that I do to keep it working. Those, it's funny, I have to turn it back on again or you won't see them. So John, do you have any more contract work at the moment, or was it just the one big one that you had? Oh, I was asking like if you had more contract work right now, or you just had the one that you finished. Okay, well, that's good. Good luck to you. I think this panel here, I'm gonna have to move up a bit. Although it's on the, maybe the conveyor belt has to move. Like, I didn't want to redo that art, but maybe I have to. Oh wait, if I move everything, I gotta try to move it all at once, otherwise it's gonna be messed up. Oh, come on, I should be able to grab the beefy claw. Tom, what's the release date? Well, ideally by June 3rd. If I finish, I think I have to look into though the Steam. It's at least 2 weeks when you have to have it like in the back end of Steam beforehand. It's April, May. I'll have to see about the balance and stuff for it. I guess 2 months isn't a lot of time, but that's what I'm aiming for. The trailer might take me a bit longer than I think. Because also testing with people is difficult. But yeah, this if I finish the squishing this level this weekend, I can then focus on just the waves balance and making it so cars leave the stage after a certain amount of time. And at that point, I'm pretty happy with everything. Like the monster truck boss, I can add in after, even though it's pretty close. And one small thing that I want to do is when your rope gets cut, the rope used to dangle a bit more, and that'll be more obvious as to what happened. I want to see if I can fix that up again, but it's not mandatory. I could do it later. So yeah, time keeps flying by quickly, but then it has for many years. So I think with the game, it is possible to just work on it forever. You just have to accept that it's done at some point. So that's why like I'm trying to avoid using Photoshop to redraw things as much as possible here. Oh, thank you, Hayden. Yeah, and like even if I release it, like you are supposed to have your best game out first. I can update and polish some stuff. Like a good trailer, if I had done a new trailer back in December with the demo and the new Park and Panic art and the updated art on Autoworks and the other level, like I think I would have got more wish lists over time. Thankfully, Linus brought it up, probably thinking I had finished it. And that got another 100 wish lists from that. So we're up over 1,000 wish lists now, which is nice. But you need like 7 to 10,000 to do good on Steam. So I'm gonna focus on all the right steps, and then after that, finish projects like the Godot mini game or a Playdate game, like a Playdate version of Carpoon Jr. One of my friends had a Mac, and he could export the Vancouver Game Jam game we had on Mac, so I could ask him to export Carpoon on Mac if he's not busy. Yeah, because when we were at the Game Jam, he was on GameMaker on a Mac, so it is possible. Something I've been wanting to do more is allocate like a certain amount of time for TikToks and stuff during the week and just have them going. I put that off for a while too. Like technically that would do better than streaming, but streaming is something fun I just want to keep doing. Okay, let's do this super easy. Just delete part of this. Like from everything I hear from Chris Zukowski, it's important to have a Steam demo, which I have, but probably like some better GIFs and some better trailer. That'll help a lot too. It'll get people to play. The few people that do play demos, it'll get them to play it even much more. Because apparently, yeah, a lot of people like will just see a demo and like very few people actually play the demo, but a lot of people just wishlist it. A lot of people just buy games and don't play them ever. Which is why Steam takes 30%. Oh, look at that, it's done. That's way easier than going to Photoshop. It has to be even shorter if I keep the same angle. Like with game development, it's amazing how many millions of different hats there can be, which is why it's so hard to finish and keep going for everybody. Don't like how GameMaker keeps selecting everything. Like it should deselect at some point. I'm just going to close it and open again. Go. There's the GameMaker Live causing it to crash. Oh well. Yeah, but anyway, those are the main goals. I'll probably do a quick vlog video on it soon and go over some of the things I've done recently for people that don't watch streams. Condense it down into an 8-minute and 1-second video. Making it scale 1 instead of like the 0.6 I had is funny. I'll probably have to have a bit of conveyor belt overlap. Oh, something funny I heard from like the one developer I learned from the GameMaker from their tutorials is that they looked up to Derek Yu and they had one of their games up for an award. But then Derek Yu's game was also up for an award, so they were like, of course we won't win. Like it's like Splunky or whatever up for the award. Like there's no way that they would, but they finally won an award this year at that presentation for Tactical Breach Wizards for design. Little sad there was no UFO 50 in the Switch 2 Direct. Maybe they'll have a deal with PlayStation or something. I think Splunky 2 is more of PlayStation. Or they just don't care and have gone on to other projects after working on it for so long. Yeah, it would be perfect with game share. But then, you know, if they did just get on Switch, one bigger audience. don't want to carve away too much if I have to do this again. Yeah, it looks good. I think the trickiest thing is going to be this stupid wall here if I want to redo some of it. This wall's okay. But at least if it's only one that I have to spend a bunch of time on, it's not too bad. I think the funny thing during the direct, pushing the bounds of the internet or the YouTube servers, kind of like the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. Like there was an Enter the Gungeon trailer that I did not see, along with like an Astroneer sequel. So that was like too bad for a couple of big indie developers. Yeah, I think the UK one ended up being all right. But it's surprising, like having the voiceover is almost better because anytime you had people on talking, you notice the lag difference between the audio and video. So that's a disappointing part of the direct. Okay, it's my guess and check tactics. Almost. Hayden, have you also managed to have any progress on your Godot with your given your busy schedule? I have not had more progress on Godot yet. I've been putting any extra time into this. Yeah, that's what happens. Like I find some goals, like it helps to set half a day on it. You want to put a game on Switch 3, that's a realistic goal to get to because let's say it is 8 years. You would get maybe hopefully 2 games done before then, not spend as much time on it as I have. And on your third game, which would be way better, you could have it on Switch 2 or Switch 3. And of course, that's not even saying at launch. Like I kind of thought it launched, but you could have it later down the road on it. This is where it would be much easier in Photoshop, but to import and export, or export and import, that takes more time than doing this. In UFO 50, they did the pixel art, a lot of it, just in GameMaker. That was something they changed compared to normal. Like if they didn't have to go into AE Sprite, they just did it in GameMaker, and that helped make it quicker. They're actually working with pixel art though. This is kind of like huge, unnecessarily huge art. So that way I can draw it, and when it scales down, it looks pretty good. This panel still looks okay, great. Yeah, I'll check this and then I'll shave this corner and I'll see what I can do. I think this fence here, I'm gonna have to move like there, which unfortunately, I guess I could do that. But then I think it's gonna be work. I'll shave this panel for now and I'll see how it looks. Because I'm trying to do the bare minimum amount of work to try to get this goal done this week. Dough keys, you focus until it's out after you finish the next batch of WFN. 2 weeks out, yeah. Well, that's pretty close. So I'm looking forward to see what you did with the intro for it again, your take on it, and how it's received, of course. Do you think doing Doki you learned how to make one of your videos faster? I know it's taken a while, but you know, everything's relative. And you also had WFN to work on. Yeah, that's a good point to have distance from the direct. Like there'll be the Mario Kart Direct, but it won't have the same type of impact as the Switch 2 one with actual games. It's like, oh dear God, where are my fences? Here we go. Yeah, you're ready for Science Quest, 2 months from publish, then you grind it down to 1 month. Yeah, 1 month videos, I think you get a lot more Patreon or membership support from that because it's like, oh, every month you get a video. You can do a game club with me while I'm playing it, or just showing you're doing one thing a month and at that quality. I'll get a lot of support. Okay, I gotta make sure I didn't scale this down too small. A little scaled. Oops. No, that's not the thing I wanted to scale. GameMaker. There we go. That's the true size of it. You think it would help more just in growing on the platform? Yes, it's probably some algorithm stuff that I'll probably just. I think the thing about having not too many videos and everyone's good is that you'd get more. Oh, good night, Oscar. Thank you for dropping by. It's nice to see you again. So I think I had some late streams recently. And good luck with Xenoblade Chronicles X. But with YouTube having more videos, but not too many, like everyone will like kind of watch them. I find some that are like lower quality, but pump out so many I can't keep up, and then probably the algorithm shoves them down. But considering the main audience is probably younger people who have way more time, having a few more videos can be a good thing. Good luck, Oscar. I think you'll be fine, but let us know how it goes later. I'm curious to hear about the experience. Yeah, well, the intros are always a great part of your videos, and I think having them to gain high quality. I admittedly have never watched a Scott the Woz video, but I believe he does like an intro. I know Kyle Bossman has a funny intro. That's part of the formula. I think your intros are a great hook to kind of show the amount of effort involved. Meanwhile, I'm here thinking, oh, I'll just do a rambly developer log video where I'm just holding a microphone, pacing around, just to get something out there and not spend too much time. It's like do a rambly thumbnail video. I should have just recorded when I showed Stiftendo about thumbnails. If my computer was more powerful, I would have done that. It would have been perfect. So this intro, is it still like fairly high effort though? Like it's just not a crazy amount of effort? Like I'm not assuming one where it's just like it's not like you're just mailing it in. Oh, that's great if it's half the time, but still the same quality. Whoa, that's a mouse click that just stayed. Or I've run out of computer memory. Well, that's too bad. Yeah, I think that's a computer memory issue. Less lengthy, less crazy, flows better. Yeah, not everyone has to be super long. They can be quick. People have no attention span these days. I found that probably like for a while when I was on Twitter more or checking more websites, it definitely probably ruined part of my brain for like deeper content. So for a while, I was just unplugging my internet at times to get work done. It ruined that instant need to like check websites and stuff, and trying to put my phone further away from myself. Much easier when you don't have to like cover game news anymore. Oh no, I made it too short. Well, I was on. If I'm gonna hop on GX anytime soon, I was on the second last countdown, and I was on the direct, watching the direct. So those are two fairly recent ones. When we talked about the second screen idea rumor, that was recorded at the same time as the second last countdown. It's hard. It's hard though because like unless it's planned for in advance, a lot of it, a lot of the main day in North America happens when I'm asleep. So like today with the 24-hour one, I don't think Andre knew he was going to do that. Um, when I was up still, like he just probably planned that fairly recently after it, or fairly recently before they did that. So that's what makes it hard. And like you with waiting for Nintendo just doing it, that's why I was thinking of just doing some more indie content on this channel, or because of the algorithm, just making another channel for it. Probably just putting it on this channel is fine, and then if it grows, splitting it off after, or these streams. That's a weird tool. It's not, it's a selection box, but not a selection box. Okay, now, no, I want to paint it. I think, yeah, it kind of worked. Oh yeah, it's making brushes out of it. That's so weird. It's a weird stamp tool. Yeah, and like there was one, the last countdown, there was Tris, Joey, and Chris on. And that would have been neat to do it, but it was being recorded at midnight my time. So I was like, I gotta be up late the next day for the Switch 2 one. I'll just go to sleep. Oh, I changed the angle of that. Interesting. So you mean the Switch 2 hardware? Yeah, that it does look pretty neat. And it's pretty neat. Neat, the rumor of the 120 hertz screen was accurate. I'm forgetting the Switch 1 launch was kind of chaos. Like, how much chaos can there be if you've already pre-ordered it and you're getting it? Like, you can't just walk into a store and get it. So it's like you get it or you don't. The chaos is kind of dealt with in advance. They've already been shipping them though from Vietnam, so like they didn't want to comment on the numbers they had for people, but they might have the most consoles ever available at launch. Yeah, I just have a feeling it's like that feeling of PlayStation 2 when it's coming out. That was pretty nuts. Pre-orders will probably have issues. Um, Maybe some of that will be drowned out by people complaining about the pricing still. Yeah, I think I agree. Just the Switch is so popular that people have been wanting the new one for so long. It's gonna be a lot of problems, but we'll see if most people get one that want one. That's gonna be interesting. I tried asking Matt Piscatella that on Blue Sky, but he uh, he did not reply. He's a business analyst guy. It's like kind of if there's actually enough of a console, does that make it so if the people know they can walk into a store and get it, are you less like nutty about trying to get one? Like, I remember Xbox 360 just seeing one. It's like, oh, there it is. I should just buy this now, even though it was $500 or something. But if everyone's like, oh, there's enough Switch 2s, I can just get it whenever, it's like, does that remove the chaos? That was so funny. He's wearing suspenders from the joke. And apparently, did you read that Seth Rogen had suggested for DK to throw on a pair of pants? Are these like magic mining pants that he has? Or is it just from the new movie? It's like, I'm gonna wear pants, and he has suspenders. But let's say it probably doesn't come with a system unless there's a bundle, but to have it wouldn't be yellow suspenders, unfortunately, but to have suspenders bundled in with DK. Yeah, I got a pretty good pretty good chuckle out of that joke that has probably gone on too long now about they need suspenders to hold up pants while having a Switch 2. Like, I think the DK64 didn't come with it, but there was maybe Barrel of Monkeys, and there was the horrible banana yellow controller with a banana sticker on it. I ended up getting two of my N64 controllers as yellow ones, but they weren't the banana ones because they just weren't selling and they were cheaper. Like, back then, controllers being $40 was a big jump, especially when you had to get four of them or three. I think Dreamcast had similar pricings And I never got 4 Dreamcast controllers because I didn't get Power Stone 2. It's only usually 2-player games. So now with controllers, I don't even want to think what the Switch 2 Pro controller costs or Joy-Cons. They're normally like not. They're like the price. They were a bit more than a game. They were $90 in Canada, so that's why I was a bit choked when Joy-Cons would break. I did hope for more wacky accessories, but it's a good idea in like the camera, but it's a good idea not to be like announcing a million accessories at launch and be like, hey, here are more costs you have to eat. I think Nintendo may have tried to choose to release like to show as little info, like show the bare minimum of first party games to have more surprises later in the year. That's for there. No one's buying that camera. Like if you don't have your friends buying it, and like you're the only one with it's not quite as good. Like I didn't check the price in the camera yet. The frame rate was pretty bad on it. That was a surprising thing. I'm like, is that the stream or the Nintendo camera frame rate? And that was the frame rate. I I feel like I've been editing a different sprite, even though I haven't. Okay, $50 US is the price I spent on the Game Boy camera. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. You can't bundle it with a system because of what happened with Xbox One. That I think that's why they made the expansion in Jamboree because a lot of people already had Jamboree. So if you're giving it away for free with NSO members and you're making it so instead of like buying a new WarioWare, I think that's why they did it with Jamboree to entice people to buy the camera. Good night, John. Hopefully we'll play a game soon or something. Thank you for dropping by. Show me an update on your game sometime. Thank you. Looking forward to it. It's weird because the way I was opening that file is like I wasn't editing it. Well. It's probably how I was backing up the image and not updating due to the computer memory. There we go. Let's check the scale of this one. Okay, it's fine. Time to check it again. I don't think it was running, so I'll probably end the stream soon too to have lunch and stuff. It'll go on a little bit longer. I find it's nicer to exercise when it's light out here. Usually like right at dusk. You can see some of the cherry blossoms. And it's not as many street lights out here, so it's kind of easier to trip over stuff when jogging. Definitely not biking in the dark. I see people commuting on their bike in the dark, but that's different when you're going 10 kilometers an hour. Yeah, once this level's scaled down, I'll probably have another community playtest again at some point. We were trying Parsec, so another Mac user could use it. But it worked on Riddy's computer and not on my computer. So I have to test with my laptop doing Parsec with myself to make sure it works. Like people could view it with keyboard and mouse would work, but controllers wouldn't work. Ah, there it is. It's perfect. It's done. It's just the fog from Hazy Maze Cave. And you drop down, and maybe you die, maybe it's a maze. I will turn that layer back on. I'm surprised. Why? I don't remember turning off the lava, but I guess I did. Or maybe I turned on something that goes over the lava. No, that's weird. Hopefully I didn't break it. That always sucks to be working on something a long time, then not knowing you broke something else. Maybe that back the background I had is doing something. Yeah, there we go. That probably some other effect layer is drawing ahead of it. I wonder if it didn't save and load it. Anyway, I'll check. So that's pretty good. Oh, I'll have to move the boundary in. Sometimes the GameMaker Live lets me save on the fly, caches an old version. Yeah, this part here, this needs more space. There's like almost enough if I move it over, but it's best if I push this conveyor belt down a bit. Oh, and this here too. I think that part can be wider. That's fine. This is kind of why I didn't want to resize it for the longest time. A lot of little finicky details. I could reorganize some of the layers, but I don't want to do that unless I have to. It's like, I feel like the hot dog cart just dropped there. Well, now it truly dropped. The hot dog cart is immune to, or like once it's dropped from the claw, it just becomes like a 2D game. Yeah, well, I think that's it for today. I should probably take a break because I'm thinking I might come up with some creative ideas to redo this piece better. But no, thank you, Hayden, for dropping by, and good luck with your projects over there. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. This is yeah, have a good one too. So I'll see how it goes. Hopefully hit another goal. Maybe play some Donkey Kong 94 or something next time for fun. Nope. Have a good night, everybody. See you later. That's now I go into OBS and end everything.